What's going on, everybody? JC Baby 87 here, back with another tutorial for you guys. This one is another request from a fellow admin of the Soul Calibur 6 official group. He asked me to do the Green Ranger today, so we're gonna go ahead and get that done. But before we get started, we want to give a good shout out to Stan Lee, who happened to pass away today. Later today, or probably tomorrow, I'm gonna do a tribute of his favorite character, Daredevil, and I'm gonna do pretty much a slew of Marvel characters in Stan Lee's memory. So we'll go ahead and get to that, at another point. Today is a sad day, so let's go ahead and get this Green Ranger tutorial out the way and get things underway. So, for starters, we're gonna go to original character creation, and we're gonna go into the human male. And once we go there, we're gonna go ahead and go straight to the body. We're gonna leave him at an average height. Green Ranger is not really that tall per se, but he's average height. Let's go ahead and go straight to the muscle definition. And we're actually going to lessen the definition of the muscles, and there's a good reason why we're going to do that. You'll see later. But what we are going to do is we are going to raise the pectorals up just a little bit and give them a little bit of a beefy chest. Everything else can pretty much stay the same on this character as far as the body build and so forth. So we'll go ahead and back out, go to the male face, and we want to go down to actually number 21, male 21. Then we're going to go to the hair, and we're actually going to make him bald. Let's go to the voice.
I can't run away. I can't. I won't hold back.
And let's go to
This should be a good.
This fight will.
Why do you choose?
I can see the fear in your eyes.
Let's go.
I will go with Adventurous Youth. That seems pretty good. Adventurous
Let's go.
Youth. Make it pretty, a little bit deeper.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go ahead and back on out. And now we're gonna go ahead and put on the equipment that we need to pretty much bring this character to life. So let's go ahead and go to edit manual, and for the helmet, we're automatically gonna go down to the Knight's helm. So let's go ahead and equip the Knight's helm. And then we're gonna go down to the next piece, which we really don't need to go down to. There's nothing here that we can actually use for him in this part. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one, to these underclothing, and we're actually gonna go to the Warlock's leggings. The reason why we're going to select the Warlock's leggings is because if you take a look at the reference for the for the Green Ranger, he right on his arms right here are some golden bracers and whatnot. So that's what we need that for. For the next piece down here, we don't need a shirt, but we will go down to an outer layer, and we'll go to the White Knight breastplate. So let's go ahead and bring out the White Knight breastplate and put that in there. Next, we're gonna go down to the pants here, and we're actually going to equip the Catalysm chaps, which will go over the Warlock pants. It'll go over the Warlock pants, but as you can see, we still keep those armbands that we're going to need later. For belts, we don't really have anything to put on for the belts, because they don't have any actual good belts here that we can use for the Ranger. I mean, there's this training belt which kind of throws it off because of the sash that hangs down, and then we got the Warlord's belt, which is too big. So you guys take a look and see it's way too big, so we're not going to try to put that on. So we're going to leave it as is, and we're going to make our own belt later with some accessories. Nothing to go around the neck, so we're gonna go ahead and go down there, and we're gonna go to the hands. And for the hands, we're actually gonna go to some gloves. Now, for me, the best choice is the large bandages, because if you take a look at the Ranger, his gloves are tied in with the suit. They don't really overlap for the most part. So that's what we're gonna use those for. Then we're gonna go to the shoulders, and we're gonna go to the pauldrons, just the regular pauldrons. And I'm gonna show you why we're gonna go with the regular pauldrons when we get to the coloring and so forth, to kind of seal it in. For the feet, you know, we already got that taken care of. The legs, you know, we already have that taken care of, so we don't really need to mess with that. Next, we're gonna go to the accessories. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the longhorns here, and let's go ahead and zoom up. I don't want to look at his penis. Let's go up. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it vertically forward. Rotate it vertically forward, because if you look at the helmet of the Green Ranger, it has, where the shield is, it has like these white teeth, you know, to kind of like close the gap of that and everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to now change it horizontally to kind of meet together, and then we're going to move it backwards, and we're going to move it up some. Now we're going to need to close that up a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to do not horizontal, I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and I believe it's the angle, we're going to angle it more to kind of straighten it out to like a -14. And now let's go ahead and move it back up and then move it forward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it vertically some more again, so that we can even it out even more. And now we're going to bring it down a little bit to right about here should be good. Now we're going to move it left to right to kind of close the gap just a tad to right about here. Actually we're going to leave it right about here, and let's move it back one to see what we get. Okay, that looks pretty good. Move it back one more, so we can move it back to right about there to kind of meet it out. Let's get a some more vertical and see what it looks like if we bring it up. And that actually looks okay. That actually looks pretty good. We're gonna go with, let's bring it in and move it forward. This actually looks pretty good right here. This looks pretty good. This looks good. So the specs we're gonna go for the horns is, of course, it's gonna be on the head. It's gonna be 3 for the up and down, -8 for the forward and backwards. Width is 0, length is 0, thickness is 0. The rotate vertical will be 103, rotate horizontal 22, angle -22, and that's where we're gonna go with that. Now for the next accessory, we're gonna go with the pure ring, and we're gonna leave that on the head as well. The pure ring, let's go ahead and move it down. Just move it straight down now. All right, so we're gonna use this for the face shield. Let's change the width. Let's bring it in probably to like a let's go with like -22, and we're gonna straighten the length up all the way to I believe 50. So let's bring it to 50 right here, and there we go. So that looks pretty good right there. And we're actually going to move it down to cover the nose just a tad, and then we're going to rotate it vertically really, and let's move it up some. That didn't work out the way I wanted, so we're going to rotate it back to the way it was, and then we're going to move it back down, and we're going to cover the nose. Okay, we need that nose covered, and we're going to fill in that little area right there later on. So go ahead and fill that in, cover the nose. Now what we're going to want to do next actually is we're going to go to one more. We need one more pure ring. Okay, and this is where we're going to bring in the belt that we need. So automatically move it to the hips. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take care of the sides now. Let's bring up the width all the way to 50 for now. Bring up the length. You want the length all the way to 50 for sure. Kind of give it that width on the belt. Thickness, let's go ahead and bring that out some so we can get that situated. All right, now what we're automatically going to do is we're going to vertically put it to like, let's go with 9. Okay, now that we're there, we're going to go ahead and bring it up to right about here on the waistline, and then let's go ahead and move it backwards. All right, yeah, see what we got here for that. Let's bring the thickness out just a little bit to kind of even it out. And that's what we're going to do for the belt there. And let's go ahead and back out. And that is pretty much it for all the equipment that we need for him. So let's go ahead and go to the straight to the coloring, stickers and so forth. And remember guys, like I always say in my videos, this is pretty much the meat and potatoes of it. This is kind of what you need to do to bring everything together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the color of the body to match that green, that skin color. And this is why I wanted to change the muscle definition, because the suit didn't show really muscles or anything like that. Let's find a nice green that we're going to use for the Ranger. Probably let's see here. Yeah, 429 seems like a good color to go with. So let's go with 429 for that skin tone. I want to double check the makeup real quick as far as covering the mouth. And it looks like we don't have any thing to cover the mouth as far as makeup wise that we can actually use properly. At least not the way I want to use it. So we're going to back out. Don't worry about the makeup. Let's go ahead and go straight to the armor color. And to kind of make things quicker, let's go ahead and find everything an even color, and we'll change it again. And I actually forgot the coloring, the number. So 429. So let's go ahead and change all the armor to 429. 429 to kind of even it all out. And I know you guys are wondering, like, why are you changing the color for everything? We're going to, it just makes it simpler for me. So now for the helmet of course is going to be green, and then you got this little piece right here. If you take a look at the helmet, he has like a little red gem there. So we're going to go ahead and go with a 919 for that red gem. Let's go ahead and go down to this is the warlock piece. So we're going to change these to the yellow, the little golden braces you got. So we're gonna go with saturation 9, and let's go with 12 11 9. 12 11 9 should work pretty well for it. And let's go ahead and go down to the next piece. Armor here is all of it's gonna be 12 11 and 9. So let's go ahead and get 12 11 9. Oh, 12 11 9. 12 11 9. All right, so now that we got that there, next is the pants. We're going to leave that green, and now we get to the boots. We're going to change the main boots right here to change the pattern, and then we're actually going to go to the basic 10. Now the reason why we're going to go to basic 10 is because if you take a look at his boots, he has these like this triangle kind of pattern that comes down from the top of the boot. So we're going to change the size to as large as possible. And then you see how that red triangle is there? We're going to leave that there. We're going to change the color of that. So change this black to white. We're going to change this red to that green color that we need. So saturation 9. And because of the pattern, the coloring is actually going to be 317.9, okay, to match it up. And then we're going to change this black to white as well. And now we're going to change this to the yellow that we need. So yeah, I believe it was 12 11 9. That's for the pattern. Now that we got that pattern together, go out, and then we're gonna go to here. I'm sorry, this actually needs to be white. I'm looking at the wrong one, but forgive me. So go back to the pattern and make sure that's white so it doesn't show up. So we got that white. Let's go back out, and now we go to here and we go to change color, and that's where that gold trim comes in. So 12, 11, 9. There we go. All right, now we're going to go ahead and keep going down to the gloves. We're going to change that to white there. So we change that to white. All right, now we come to the shoulder patterns, where I told you about these patterns that we're going to use. Now, the first one, we're going to change that to that gold color. So the 12, 11, 9. So we're going to change that to there. The next one we're going to change to 12, 11, 9 as well. And then this third one, we're actually going to lighten it up just a little bit. Leave it green, but we're going to lighten it up just a tad to match out the arm just a bit. So I would recommend 16, 29. And the reason why we're trying to match that up is because of the fact that if you take a look at his golden part of his armor, it doesn't go over, you know, the side of his armor or anything like that. It literally goes pretty much over the top of his shoulders, and it doesn't kind of connect like that. So we can use that coloring to fill that gap in with that green. All right, so now let's go ahead and go down to the first ring, and we're actually going to change this to white because of the teeth from the mask and whatnot. So we're changing that to white. The next pure ring, we're going to change that to a complete black. That's the face shield that we have there. So now that's there. Next, we're going to change this ring, which is the one on his waist, to the belt, and that is white as well. So let's go to the whitest that we can get there. All right. Now, next what we're going to do is we got to bring in these stickers. So go to stickers, and then let's go ahead and go to, remember, always start from right to left. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go with the circle. Actually, we're going to go with the square. We're going to go with the square, and then we're going to see that little gap right there, where the blue is for the first sticker. We're going to change that to black to fill it in. So now we filled that in. Now next we're going to get another sticker, and we're actually going to go with circle. Okay, we're going to go with circle, and we're automatically going to change that to white. And then we're going to move it downward vertically. And let's go ahead and change the size of it. And there we go. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That right there is the Green Ranger. Now what we can do is actually, let's go back to coloring, and let's make the skin a little bit darker to match up the pants here just a tad. I would recommend 123.9 to be the closest thing to it. Yeah, 123.9 probably would be the closest. And then, you know, if you want, you can go ahead and toy with it a bit, bring the belt up some. I think I actually want to do that myself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the belt, the pure ring here. I want to move it up some. We're gonna move it up to right about here to a 10. That seems a lot better right there. That seems a whole lot better. And for me personally, for the weapon style, I would like to give him the draw. Gort is pretty good. I hope I'm saying that right. I feel like it's the best style for him. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Green Ranger tutorial. If you guys have any requests, feel free to comment below, make your requests. I'm pretty good at responding to the comments in the videos and everything like that. So again, this is JCB87 with another Soul Calibur 6 tutorial for you guys. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in.